So this could be a very, very cool and interesting thing going forward, and it has to do with bringing back tons of Xbox 360 games, delisted games, and being able to actually play them on PC. One of my biggest fears of the future of gaming is going to be, and it is right now, is game preservation. We've seen it not handled in the best way, especially with games that do get delisted. We do have backwards compatibility to some extent on both PlayStation and on Xbox, better on Xbox than it is on PlayStation, as you have access to the multiple generations of Xbox. But there are games that you can access. A lot of them are on 360, and some of these are delisted. And now we have something here that potentially could bring it back. This is a tool known as Xenon Recomp, and it is said to convert the Xbox 360 executables into C++ code, which can then be recompiled for any platform, which in theory could result in a PC port for any Xbox 360 game that is out there, including, which is the coolest thing, the delisted ones. Now, obviously, this is not official. You wouldn't are supposed to do this, but if you're somebody who wants to access a game and you can't figure out any other way to access it because you can't buy it digitally, you can't find it in the physical format, or the physical format is just insane in price, this would maybe potentially be something in the future that would work to be able to finally play these games. It's already started happening. Apparently, they say Sonic Unleashed port appeared on PC, and they go on here to say this creates a strange situation for Sega, which has never released a PC version of Sonic Unleashed before. So it'll be interesting to see how this all does play out, if Sega will do anything to try to stop this. Do they care? It's an old game. I mean, they're not really making any more money off of it, and maybe people will eventually go out and spend more money on Sonic games if they do experience it now, because it's been able to be accessed again because of this software. That's something that I think these companies definitely keep in mind when they're looking at this, rather than just going out and suing everybody and spending money and time on doing that. There's definitely benefits to people playing games that they previously could not play before. I have this here, John Cartwright on Blue Sky, who is a video guy at GVG and voice actor for games like Cat Quest 3, Demon Ties, and Run from Mummies. And he says some of the coolest parts of the Xbox 360 recompilation is lots of legacy games can get native PC versions. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is a game they release on the Xbox arcade, one of the best, if not the best, Castlevania game. So that's super cool. Daytona USA, just a very fun game. And again, this is another Sega. Soul Calibur 2 HD Online. One of the coolest things about the 360 was Xbox 360 Arcade. You could have multiplayer matches in a lot of these titles, and it was just a nice, fun way to jump in and have fun. So that would be super cool as well. Guardian Heroes for the Xbox 360 Arcade, another great one. Going down here, you have people with their suggestions on what they would want to see. Person wants to see Sonic the Fighters and Outrun Online Arcade brought back. They were delisted and there's no native PC version, so it'd be cool to bring those back. Obviously, I would love to see just more of this type of stuff happening for games that have been delisted that you just can't access anymore. The response here is the 2012 port of Sonic the Fighters is technically still both purchasable and playable via Lost Judgment. And we go down here, there's some more suggestions on what could happen. This person says, so psyched to see what comes next. I mean, think of all the unreleased games like GoldenEye port or the unfinished build of Star Wars Battlefront 3. They did release that GoldenEye port, I believe, already, like the remastered version on Xbox. So that is out there if you do want to go play it, but you could probably do a lot more things with it if you did get that out on PC. So it's cool though that they did eventually bring that back. Goes on here to say it'll vary from game to game on how well it's suited for a static recomp depending on modules used or SDK revision. We're lucky the Xbox 360 bans the use of self-modifying code on the hypervisor level, something heavily used on the 6th gen. Otherwise, this would be 10 times harder than it already is. Guardian Heroes is wonky but brilliant, great gimmick. I still don't understand how Symphony of the Night hasn't been ported to modern platforms. Even just PC versions would sell, right? That is definitely something that would sell. I mean, there's a lot of games that you think would sell, but I just think these publishers don't believe that there is enough money to be made. Yes, they'll sell. They'll sell to probably more of a niche audience if they just bring them back. but is there enough money for them to spend time and resources in doing that? I think they would end up making their money and be fine, but I think they look at it strictly from an analytics and numbers perspective. For them, it just doesn't make any sense. Go down here. This one will be cool. Hardcorp's Uprising never came onto PC. You have Splosion Man from the Xbox Arcade again. I mean, there are so many games on the Xbox Arcade that could potentially be brought back here and given us a chance to jump in. And then who knows, maybe somebody creates servers, then you start playing them online again with people. But overall, this is just an awesome thing. This is what's great about these communities that are able to bring this stuff back. And I think if it's used properly, we will start seeing a lot more of these games pop up. The question we will have to wait and see, though, however, is will there be some sort of legal implications of this for people that do it, and for people that are bringing back these games that have been illicit? How would that all play out? That is a question yet to happen. But this is a tool that is available. It's pretty wild that we're finally potentially going to see some of these delisted, specifically Xbox Arcade games that a lot of people are talking about, come back for people to try out and play. I'm gonna end the video there. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe, share the video, like that stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.